Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Duels with our Madness Burn deck. So let's hope we have the same luck as we did yesterday. I'll see you there, guys. Alright, we're in. We're on the draw. I'm not entirely sold on this hand. But you know what, we can Lightning Axe and Asylum Visitor out, and we've got Collective Defiance and Murder to hold up while we get some more burn, so let's take it. We do need another black source though, but we have double red for the rest of the game, which is the main core of the colours that we need. Our opponent is rank 28 called Danny, and Danny is playing red. Okay. I'm going with blue because of the background. Oh, that should have been a swamp. Well. Let's play out the Smouldering Marsh, just in case we want to play this Asylum Visitor next turn. Otherwise, we'd have to wait for a untapped swamp in order to do that. So yeah, it's a Prowess deck. That is not too bad of a matchup, actually. Whenever he's tapped out, we want to burn away his creatures. And if he's not tapped out, then we Lightning Axe his creatures just to make it even better. And Arms of the Vein is absolutely fantastic for doing such things. Do we want to burn it away now? He is tapped out. Yeah, let's do it. So while he's tapped out, let's deal 5 damage to him, and then Arms of the Vein, gain some life back. Another way that Prowess gets ahead is by doing lots of damage, so if we can gain lots of life, then we should be able to counteract some of that. Does he have another creature? They do play very few creatures, although with the new Shadows set, oh, he only had one creature. Wonderful. Yeah, with the new, not Shadows set, Eldritch Moon set, they did get a lot of more Prowess cards. So I'm gonna play Sanitarium, I think. He's likely got burn in his hand, but most of them will be pump spells for his creatures, I think. So I'm actually going to run out the Asylum Visitor. I'm not too fussed. It's going to be a while before she's useful for anything, for anything other than just dealing straight up combat damage, so get that out the way now. Galvanic Bombardment will do 3 damage from now on. Fevered Visions, thank you very much. It is very good for me to have that, because that's more burn for my face, and I can guarantee you're not running counter spells. At least nothing more than Dispel. Reality Smasher, we will have that for turn 5, which is lovely. Yep, let's just pass the turn. Hopefully we draw into a Madness spell off the Fevered Visions. That would be nice. We don't. Okay. But it is more burn that can't be countered, so I'll save that for later. If he plays out another creature, we might be in good standing. He does have a Wandering Fumarole. Ooh. That's potentially an issue. Should have probably Sanitarium there, but we're going to be able to Reality Smasher. He is not running counter spells, and now we get a 2-for-1 on card advantage if he wants to burn it away. And I mean, he's going to have to probably Lightning Axe it in order to not really lose out on cards, but yeah, we're doing really well now. We still don't have our double black yet for the Murder. This is one thing that happens a fair bit that's actually quite annoying. Expedite. Okay, he's going to tap down my Reality Smasher. Keep it tapped down, should I say. Make it a 4-4. With haste. And he's going to Titan Strength. That means he's going to lose it. So, but he does get to get in for 8. Yeah, 8 damage. So we're down to 10. Unfortunately. But that does mean a Collective Defiance for 4 on this guy, because he's tapped out, and 3 to his face. And then I just need to find that extra black source. The Fevered Visions could actually kill us now. There's the black source. Alright, well, Collective Defiance Defiance to his face and to his creatures. 4 to that, 3 to him. It is a race officially. And I'm going to leave the Avacyn's Judgment. I might need that X cost for the future. We are going to draw an extra card though and lose 2 life, so we're down to 8. In theory, if he gets another creature, he could kill us. Actually, he could kill us right now with a Fumarole. Oops. That was a mistake. Oh no, he can't. No. You can do 4, about 7 if he has a Titan Strength. I think that's about as much as he can do. And then we probably win. Okay, so he's going to get in with his Fumarole. Because we get in for 5, and then we get in with the Firecraft, and that's 9 damage right there, so he has to kill us right now. Or bounce away our creature. Which he could also do if he has a Disperse or something like that. We're going to see. That is a Fiery Temper. It's actually quite nice. So, play a Mountain. Swing for 5. If he lets it through, he's probably dead. Come on. Come on. Yes! Down to 4. Exquisite Firecraft his face. He's going to Twin Bolt us. That's not enough. We are down to 2. Oh, he Twin Bolted himself, so we couldn't exact him. Fair play. That was close. Alright, guys. We'll go on for the next match. See you there. Okay, we're in. We're on the play. We have the Thermo Alchemist. We have 1 red source and... yeah, let's go with this. It's a risky keep, though. Mostly because we need to draw into burn for Thermo Alchemist to be good, and we need to hit our other red source to be able to use Firecraft. It is a bit of a bad hand, but I think it's better than going down. I might regret this. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. Okay. Well, we're going to get out our Thermo Alchemist. He's in green, so I don't feel like Thermo Alchemist is going anywhere, so right now, we're okay. What's our opponent? Rank 26 called Groot. I'm Groot. Oh dear, it's Eldrazi. Well, we have Murders for his bigger Eldrazi. Warping Whale. Exiled our Thermo Alchemist. Okay, this was a bad hand. I admit it. Oh, Thermo Alchemist. Why does this deck keep doing this? This deck is in love with me, I swear to God. Right, let's get down the other swamp. No point putting the Sanitarium out, I don't think, until we plan on using it. Let's see if he has another Warping Whale. What's the rarity on that? Uncommon. Okay. So he might be running all 3. It's likely, I suppose. Because that hits a lot of stuff, doesn't it? Toughness 1 or less. Okay, he's ramping. That's a problem. As far as creatures that he could play are concerned, we only really have to worry about Ulamog. And there's a Sanitarium, which means we are going to be able to Arms of the Vein. And get some advantage off of that. So let's discard Arms of the Vein. We get a Call the Bloodline, which means we'll be able to do it for 1 instead of 2 per turn. Or 3 in total. So that's good. Also means we can get some Vampire Knights down on the battlefield, which will help. So we're going to cast the Arms of the Vein. 3 damage to him. We gain 3. And we pass the turn. We get to Thermo Alchemist him on our end step. Meaning Mr. Alchemist here has done 2 damage for the turn. What's he got for us? A Reality Smasher might be a bit horrible. I'm not so fussed about Oh god, what's his name? The 4-mana Eldrazi that steals cards from your hand. It's completely gone from my mind. Yeah, that won't be too bad. Sylvan Advocate, he's a little iffy. Could deal with that though. Just gonna tap out. Just gonna Titan's Presence. Our Thermo Alchemist. That's the one, Thought-Knot Seer. Alright, we'll bear that in mind that he's got one of them. If he does Thought-Knot Seer us though, he has to take one of these 3. And we get card draw off of it anyway. So he's essentially cycling one of these cards for us. Another black sauce? Come on, game. You've been nice to me up to this point. Let's see if we can find a red sauce. We find another Arms of the Vein, so I'll drop that instead. Draining for 3. He's going to discard an Explosive Vegetation. Apparently he's confident in the amount of lands he's going to be able to get to not need it. Okay. So we likely get Thought-Knot Seered here. And then we remove it with the other murder that he probably will remove from our hand. It does mean though that... actually... we kind of need either a Lightning Axe or to use the murder on this Advocate. So let's see what he takes anyway. We have the cards in hand to kill both. And depending on which ones he takes, depends on how we go about using them. I would have much preferred to put the Exquisite Firecraft to his face, and I may still do that. But I think it's in our advantage to kill the Thought-Knot Seer, just because we get to draw a card and get a different card instead of murder. We still need the red source as well. So he takes a murder. Okay. Come on, red sauce. That is an Asylum Visitor. Ooh. Right, I'm going to murder his Thought-Knot Seer. Look for that red sauce. And I think if we do, then I'm going to point the Firecraft at his face, and we're just going to try go for burn. It's Thermal Alchemist instead. We'll play that. We're getting close to being empty-handed, so Asylum Visitor can start doing some work pretty soon. But if we don't hit that red source, then I'm going to have to discard Firecraft, and I don't want to do that. So we're getting hit for 4 here. It's perfectly fine. Right now, I'm not too bothered about that. Mostly because we aren't even below our starting life total yet. And now we are. Eyeless Watcher. So it's a 1/1 that gets you a 2 tokens. Yeah, 2 tokens. Okay. And there's our red source. Okay. So we can ping him for 1 down to 11. Ping him for 4 down to 7. Down to 6 with the Alchemist. Just not quite there yet. Is the problem. I think we can preserve our life total with Call the Bloodline. By making some vampire tokens. And it also means we can flash out Asylum Visitor as well. But we can also do that with the Sanitarium. Let's loot with the Sanitarium. Let's see what we get. Come on, Madness card. It is not a Madness card, but it is a Collective Defiance nonetheless. So we're going to get out our Asylum Visitor. That's another 3 damage to his face. If he goes empty-handed, then we can start drawing. Thermal Alchemist can block one of his tokens as well. Right. Yeah, I think he's got a Spatial Contortion on which one? Oh, Thermal Alchemist. Okay. That might have closed out the game for us in a better situation, so that could cost us the game, that. Because I think we could have got him down to 3 or something like that, and then with the pings from the Thermal Alchemist as well on top of that, that might have been just what we needed. We're not going to block any of this. I'm hoping he goes empty-handed. Nissa's renewal. Oh, no. Oh, dear. 7 life for our opponent. That will probably close out the game. We get a fiery temper. We can't do more than one thing in our hand per turn, really. We could call the bloodline. And then we can discard fiery temper to it to start dispelling some of the damage that we're getting dealt. Yeah. Or we could loot with the sanitarium depending on what happens here. We can't attack. Explosive vegetation, okay. Doesn't do much other than thin out his deck. Getting more colourless sources. Okay, we are gonna discard with Call the Bloodline. Fiery Temper to his face. Gonna block with a token to kill one of his creatures. I'm not sure why I didn't attack with the Advocate. Okay. I'm going to block this guy over his tokens because he could sack to stop us gaining any sort of life. And he might want to be trying to close out the game here. Right. Arms of the Vein is lovely. We could Collective Defiance with the 3 mana, and then with the Call the Bloodline, we have 2 mana left up to discard Arms of the Vein. Means we can only Collective Defiance with 1 mode though. But I think that's fine. We gain 3 life as well, so we go up to 13. 14 with the block from the Call the Bloodline. Yeah, that's going to have to happen. 3 damage to target opponent. Might still just be too slow though. No attacks, we can't get them through. Unfortunately. What's his finisher? That's the question. Alright. He's getting in with all of them. We're going to Arms of the Vein. I'm going to block a token. Cut some of his mana down at least. And if he sacks it in response to stop us from gaining life, then we keep the token for the next Scion. Which is fine with me. Might be what he's doing. Certainly thinking about it. Yeah, I think he's realised it's not a good idea. Okay. We're down to 9. We could potentially get empty-handed next turn. And we can. Okay, we're going to Firecraft his face, and then we're going to discard the land, I think, is the play. We're certainly going to Firecraft his face, though. That's one thing we're definitely going to do. He's down to 5. I'm thinking if we Sanitarium instead of Call the Bloodline, we can potentially hit a burn spell off the draw, and that would mean that we'd have to keep the swamp in hand in order to take that chance. But if we discard to Call the Bloodline and empty our hand, we still get that draw anyway, really. Yeah. We'll just preserve our life total by discarding the swamp, I think, to the Call the Bloodline. We could just lose any minute, though, because he's been ramping into something, so it's only a matter of time until we see what he's been ramping into. Okay, discard to Call the Bloodline. Discard the swamp. Block his Advocate this time. So he doesn't deal 4 to us anymore. We stay at 9. And then we'll go down to 8 because of the Asylum Visitor if he doesn't remove it. Warping Whale. Yeah. Aidy well. So we lose our Asylum Visitor. We hit an Arms of the Vein. Are we going to do this? Is this going to happen? We could win right now. So I'm going to discard it to the... Oh, it's a Handway Battlements. That's a shame. Alright, we're going to discard it to burn it to his face. Then we're going to discard the Handway Battlements to block yet again with Call the Bloodline. Pass the turn. We're up to 12. We're going to stay at 12 as well. Short of some sort of removal spell for our token. Right, discard. We are empty-handed. It's not a bad thing for our deck. If we hit a burn spell, we win. If we don't, we discard it and we wait for another burn spell. Deathcap Cultivator. Okay. Come on, burn spell. Come on. Ah. Sanitarium. Let's get a redraw. Come on, no life gain. Come on, no life gain. No life gain. No life gain. Yes! Oh, fantastic. I love this deck. I'm going to name it Suzanne because it needs a name now because it loves me and I love it. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for today's episode. So if you've enjoyed the content then be sure to leave a like. If you've loved the content then be sure to subscribe, but if you're not quite sure, stay for the end card, see the rest of the content we've got to offer. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.